Hello and welcome to Keto for Life. Today we're going to discuss the apps that I use to help in my keto diet. I don't use very many apps. Right now I'm really only currently using 4 apps. I have them saved in my fitness folder. On the left hand side you'll see that I use HealthMate. Now this app is the app that controls and connects to my smart scale, which makes it a lot easier to record your weight. It really does. I've had it for many years. And also what's great about that HealthMate app is that it connects to your health app. Now, the health app in Apple is very limited. It doesn't do a whole lot. But its most important feature is that it collects data and shares it with other apps, which helps you connect your weight to your other apps. Then I have Very Fit Pro. Now what this is an app that connects to my smart watch. I bought a cheaper smartwatch on Amazon. What helps with this app and having a smartwatch is that you may not have your phone on you all the time. But if you're wearing a watch, that's going to be on you as long as it's on. And it's going to do a better job of recording your steps. But if you go walking or running, it'll also help with gauging how far you've gone. It could also help with heart rate and your sleep. It's not necessary to have a smartwatch. I just happen to have one. So out of all these 4 apps, the most important one that I use during my diet is the Keto Diet app. As seen here, if you go into your app store and you type in Keto Diet, all one word, and hit search, the third one down, it says Keto Diet app by Keto, etc. Click on that. This app is the app that I use. Now, this app is only available on the iPhone or iPod, not available on the iPad. But I really don't use my iPad much for anything. My iPhone is what I use. And I do pay yearly for this. I believe it's $29.99. Let's check. In-app purchases, you can do monthly. It'd be cheaper if I was a pro user forever. What am I paying? $23.99? Guess I should bump that up. Get a better deal. So, you click Keto Diet, and it tracks your macros right up top here. You can see it's front and center. It shows you your calories, your fat, your net carbs, and your proteins for the day. It gives you tips, which I don't normally use, but you can click on them, which are always good to remember. You can input your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And what I like about this is you can create recipes, and it's not so much a recipe for like dinner. You can also create grouped meals. Like say you have meals that you eat on a regular, like for example, if I cook my eggs the same way every day, I might input a meal that includes the eggs, the tomatoes, the peppers, the avocado, so that when it comes time to click my lunch, these are my regular items that I normally choose listed there. You can search. You have your favorites. As you can see, I have a lot set up here. And you also can choose frequent, which you normally, as you can see, avocados and eggs are my first 2. Recents. Last night I had some pork rinds. You can search by category. Now recipes is what I like to use. As you can see, I have quite a few set up. And even for coffee, my morning coffee, if you click on that, It shows you 4 items set up for coffee: the type of coffee I use, the type of creamer, the type of sweetener, and water. So that's one of the things I like about this app. You can also search, let's see here, cancel. You can also input and search by using the scan bar. So right next to the search bar, you have a little scan button. Click that. Brings you to the camera at which you can take a photo of the scan bar, which is what I did for my pork rinds last night that I ate. And you can very easily and quickly input foods that way. And then you can also save them as your favorites. And then you can also manually input information in, which I've done a few times because there was a brand of something that might not have been on here, but it's rare. It tracks your water intake, and it's very easy to just hit a button of 8 ounce or 16 ounce or 24 ounce, and it very quickly records it, or you can manually input it. It also shows you your weight down at the bottom, and you can change it if for any reason your smart scale doesn't connect, or maybe you're not using a smart scale. Maybe you weighed yourself this morning and lost 5 pounds, so you can just adjust it right there. I've been using this app for, I believe, 2 full years now, 2.5 years when I diet. It's straightforward. It's a simple, easy to use app once you get to know it. When you sign up for it, it will ask you some questions to figure out what your calorie intake should be, your net carbs. So if we go back to yesterday's results, it shows you your macros. I went over a little bit in calories, in fat and protein, but I was still under in net carbs. Keep in mind, the net carbs are the effective carbs. It does not count the fiber, because fiber gets passed through the system and does not affect the body. Calories, a lot of people will tell you that calories aren't important on a keto diet as long as you're in ketosis. On one hand, I agree. On the other hand, I disagree. If you're really looking to lose weight, then you do want to pay attention to calories. My fats were 76 grams, 12 grams over. I'm not worried about going over in fats because fats are the more important thing. I am more worried about going over in proteins compared to fats. And if you see here, I am 7 grams over in proteins, but I'm also 12 grams over in fat. So the protein to fat ratio is still at its most optimal spot. You got 76% fat and 20% protein, 4% net carbs. Those are the numbers that you're looking for. Down at the bottom, you have a water line, which lets you know how much water you've drank. Keep in mind that when you're drinking your sugar-free Gatorade or your coffee, all these count towards water intake. So make sure you record it. Now, if you click on calories, it will show you all of the things that you ate that put calories towards that day. Click it back. Now I can click on net carbs, and it's going to only show you the items that gave you net carbs for that day. It will not show you the items that had, say, 0 carbs. And the same thing goes for your proteins. Click on proteins. It'll highlight your proteins for those items. Jumbo eggs, 32 grams of proteins. Tons of proteins on that meal. Canned tuna, 23 grams of proteins. That is exactly why it's very important that you add fats to that meal. And now click fat. Extra virgin olive oil, a huge boost in fats. Now, if you ate just the eggs alone, the 24 grams of fat would not be enough fat to get the percentage from the proteins. And that's why we add the olive oil, we add the MCT oil, and the avocados, a little bit of sour cream as well, all to boost the fat content of that meal. So if you look at lunch, we had 117.8 grams of fat. Now, if we go back up here and we hit protein, we had 46 grams, 45.8, so let's round it up to 46 grams of proteins for lunch. So the percentage-wise is much better because we added those fats, the extra virgin olive oil, the avocado, the MCT oil. Now, if we look at dinner, the fat in dinner was only 36 grams of fat. But the proteins were 43.5 grams. So there we overdid the proteins for dinner, but we made up for it at lunchtime with the fats. And that's another good reason to track your macros and make sure you input them meal to meal so you can be proactive instead of reactive. Our snack for the day had 20 grams of fat, but also had 18 grams of protein. So still a little high on the proteins. So now going into today, I'm going to learn my lesson and incorporate a little bit more fat with my dinner and snack. And we'll see how it goes. This is one of my favorite apps when I'm on the keto diet. It is very helpful. And if you go to the App Store and you simply type in keto, there is a multitude of newer keto apps out there to help you track your diet. Compared to 3 years ago when I first downloaded the Keto Diet app, there are many more selections. Many of them do charge, so you may have to pay a fee. But what I like about my app is $29.99 for a lifetime charge is not bad. What I can't stand are some of the apps that charge you monthly or yearly without the ability to buy it for a lifetime. You know, I'm from the generation where we went up to the store back in the 80s and 90s and we bought a program, and that program was ours for our life. As you can see, there are many apps to choose from. I'm sure whatever app you choose will help you to lose weight. All right, keto cravers, down in the comments below, let me know what apps you use and what benefits they give you to losing weight on a daily basis. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the next video.